Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be on this big blue marble. It's Walt, your sky guy, your plane pal, your aviation amigo, here with you on this Wednesday, October 19th, 2022 for another edition of Runway DFW. Let's have at it, shall we? Now let's try it again. And as you can see, we've got an orangey sunrise going on there here in North Texas, coming to you via the exclusive Runway DFW satellite truck. The dishes appear to be intact today. It was interesting when I got here today. The weather forecast told me that today was going to be a day of what we call normal operations, or when we see the planes landing from the north, taking off towards the south. That gives us the best view of what's going on here at DFW from this perspective at DFW Founders Plaza. And so when I got here, just before I got here, I looked at Flight Radar 24. And I saw that the planes were landing from the south. We were in what they call north flow. And I said, oh no, that's going to be bad for us today. But as soon as I got here, they shifted back to north flow, to south flow operations. So we're looking good today as far as aircraft movements. And so stick with us. We've got our first aircraft coming in, and my disadvantage this morning is that my glasses broke yesterday. So I went to get a new pair. I won't get them for a little while. So the glasses I'm operating with right now are probably about 5 or 6 years old, maybe more, I can't tell. And my prescription's changed a bit since then, so everything's looking a little blurry to me, so I hope it's not looking a little blurry to you. The plane you just saw there, by the way, was, well, I can't see what it was. I'm going to go through a lot of that this morning. I can't see what that was. Well, I'll tell you the next one that we're going to see. It's going to be American Airlines Flight 2272 from Oklahoma City. It's a 737-800. It's going to be coming to you. We'll look at it on camera 3 as it kind of glides through the sky. And we'll pick it up on camera 1. And here we go. about 20 minutes away from sunrise here, although the glow in the eastern sky would kind of give us an advance notice of what we're in for. Cue the glow in the eastern sky. Also, something happened to my computer this morning. When I turned it on, it booted up in some crazy mode, which makes the screen not show as much as it normally does. So hang on a second while I fix that, if I can see it. Displays. Display settings. That's a little better. And that will let me see your messages, I hope. Let's see here. Comments and reactions. Okay, so there are some comments and reactions. So we have Douglas Serrano. Good morning, Walton, everyone, on a very chilly day in DFW. It is a bit chilly. Oh, 43 degrees is what it says on the official, I guess it's the unofficial Runway DFW thermometer. Wow. Here's a super chat from one of our great moderators, Bill Platt. Says, this isn't a mistake. It's $50. Only thing I ask in return is a shot of the sunrise, the music for it, and that you invest in you invest this in new equipment. Good day to you and to all of Runway DFW viewers. Let's do this. Thank you, Bill. That is really quite. I'm just blown away by the generosity of Runway DFW viewers and moderators. So thank you so much, Bill. And yes, I will. It will be invested wisely. Got several projects going. We'll get a new soundboard. I think it's supposed to come in tomorrow or later this week sometime. So that will give us the ability to do more sound and direct input from our ATC radio. And so the sonic presentation should be improved, we will hope. And then we've got a fund going for our new camera, which will hopefully give us better pictures when it's not so bright out here. So thanks again, Bill. Miller Time Gaming 88, love Runway DFW, thank you. Yankee Doodle Dandy says, morning, Walt. Samuel Guerrero wants to know when you'll go to the London airport. Well, there's, of course, several London airports. There's Gatwick, there's Heathrow, there's London City. There might be one or two more. London's pretty well covered by both Big Jet TV and several other purveyors of airport footage. So it's not in my immediate. I'd love to go to London, but probably not to do live plane spotting. Stephanie Hutchison says, good morning from cold Charlotte, 32 degrees. Well, that's freezing here in the USA. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. A beautiful way to start my day. Thank you, Stephanie. And I'll get back to messages in a moment. Let's see what we got going here. Taking off. Flight 431 to Phoenix, American Airlines. You came here to see planes, right? Well, we have our lineup of 4 cameras to bring you those planes. Interesting colors this morning. What do we have come in before we went on the air? We had a Qatar Cargo 777 come in. Why should I be telling you things that you haven't seen? I don't know. We had this UPS MD-11 arriving. And now we have this American Eagle Flight 3751 coming in from Amarillo, Texas. Looks to be an Embraer 175. Coming down on runway 18 right. And Miller Time Gaming 88 says, good morning, I'm here at Founders Plaza right now. Well, there aren't too many other people here right now, so if you're there, hello. If you're still there, good to see you. Or not see you. Come over and say hello if you'd like. That flight came in from Garden City, Kansas, American Eagle Flight 3500. I don't know what's happening to my microphone. The makeshift hanger I used to plop my microphone on my glasses was not tailor-made for the glasses that I currently have. And so the microphone is moving around a little bit more than it usually does. Here's a flight coming in from Kansas City, Missouri, in the U.S. It's American Flight 1098. It's a Boeing 737-800, and you're watching it on Runway DFW. With the cool, crisp air this morning, it makes, we're not getting that that heat haze that we so often get. So it's nice for clearer images. For the most part, it'll get a little better as we get lit up here a bit. This is American Flight 1997 on its way to Austin. It's a 737-800. If you're new to Runway DFW, you will probably note that there's a lot of American Airlines and American Eagle flights coming in and out, and that is to be expected. There's nothing amiss. You will see other airlines, but American and American Eagle do dominate the turf here. So what's the time here? 7:16. We're about 9 or 10 minutes away from our sunrise. Another one of the DFW Moderation Federation members, Ms. Wolves 13, says Runway DFW. Hello, Walt. Hello, Ms. Wolves 13. Thanks for getting up early with us on this Wednesday. Literal Games is saying good morning from Italy, Walt and all. Buon dia? Is that right? Or am I confusing my Spanish and my... I don't know, but I guess it's not morning there in Italy, is it? Or is it? Angela Smith, good morning, Runway DFW and mods on this cool morning at DFW. Also a great BTS video of Kevin's setup. Angela is referring to some video I sent to Kevin of Airline Videos Live, kind of documenting his the way he gets on the air. And I just sent him some raw footage. Really, I didn't edit it, and he really didn't either. He just kind of strung it together, put some cool music to it, and it worked. So you can check that out on Kevin's channel, Airline Videos Live. You kind of get a view of Kevin that you don't normally get. He's usually, every time I've seen him, he's up either against a wall or a fence when he's doing his broadcast. But from the position here at DFW Founders Plaza, you can actually get in front of him and see what he's doing. So just a few different angles other than the cool behind-the-scenes setup he has with an iPhone on a tripod. So hope you'll look at that if you can. This is what you're seeing there is a Martinair Cessna 208B, as in boy, Cargo Master. And got to go back in time to see what we got here.
1988.
There you go. That refers to the year it was delivered in January of 1988. 34-year-old little aircraft, still going. It delivers cargo and feeds it into the UPS system. Don't have a destination for this particular aircraft. Looking like a turn and burn here. But typically these flights go on to destinations that a bigger UPS plane wouldn't. In the Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas region. Almost to the moment of sunrise here, and I will keep my promise to that I made earlier about showing that to you as soon as the sun goes up. We say good morning to Donald Connor, who welcomes us and everyone hanging out here. Smoke and Slice Barbecue LLC says, last couple of days I've been watching other plane spotter channels. There's none like Walt's. Which obviously that could be taken as good or bad, but I'm hoping, I'm taking that in the best possible way. Oh, and Mrs. Runway DFW, Charlene Dawkins, says, keep your promise to Bill Platt with Sunrise. Don't you worry. It is all taken care of. I kind of sort of know what I'm doing. Tariq D74 says, hi there, Walt, at Runway DFW. Hello, Tariq. Good to see you here this morning. Bill Platt says, I love turboprops when they change the prop pitch to slow down. And Craig Russell says, good morning to everyone. A little quiet right now, so hang in there with us. Our friend Raina Taylor says, good morning, everyone, and Walt. Hi, Raina. Raina's pretty busy. She's always doing equestrian events and things, and so sometimes it's hard for her to catch up with us. Yankee Doodle Dandy says, I miss seeing Walt and Kevin doing plane spotting together. Well, that was fun, and, who knows what will happen, but I would like to think that will happen again someday. Kevin promised he'd be back. Kevin of Airline Videos Live brought a lot of attention to this airport and to Runway DFW, so my thanks to him. We're coming to you today from the south portion of the DFW Founders Plaza. Not the south part. Well, yeah, I guess the south part. The southwest portion. It's kind of on a horseshoe arrangement. And we're normally on the northeast side of it. And we've come around to the southeast side because it's a little better view of the UPS cargo facility. And I'm seeing an MD-11 getting ready to blast off for Louisville right now. Well, we are waiting for sunrise to happen. I'm expecting it any second now. Please bear with us. Sunrise is at 7:35, so we're a little bit off from that. I thought it was 7:25. So anyway, one of the bonuses of being over on this side is we get a better view of UPS aircraft as they come and go. There you see the tail section of UPS flight 2751. Well, you see two tail sections. The tail on the right is the one that's being pushed back right now for takeoff to Louisville. There's another one right next to it with an open cargo door. And we are fortunate enough to see a lot of MD-11s here over on the west side of the airport. All of them over here operated by UPS. FedEx flies some too from its facility on the east side of the airport. We don't see them very often. And Craig Russell says Japan Airlines 787-9 is on final approach from Tokyo Narita. We do want to see that, don't we? So we'll get back to the 747. We will, to the MD-11. We will get back to the sunrise. Actually, before we get to the JAL, we can take a gander at this old bird. And if you're just tuning in again, I know the volume level of our ATC is pretty low today, and in fact I couldn't get the West Tower up because I was getting a lot of interference, but we will be getting, thanks to your kind contributions, a new audio board supposed to be coming in tomorrow, so hopefully for our next broadcast we can give it a test. And let us welcome the Japan Airlines flight 8012 coming in from Narita right now. And there we have some of the old and the new. And I know you're wondering about the age of that aircraft.
1992, a blast from the past.
So keep our eye on that. We have a promise to fulfill here. So let us do that.
What time is it?
It's way too early for that.
Cue the sun.
Well, I timed it a little early. I guess I could have waited another minute or so, but there you go. The sunrise here on this October, I want to say 19th. Stephanie Hutchison says stunning. Angela Smith says awesome. Dwayne C. That's a great shot, the slow rise. Anth Salini, wow, great shot. Susan Duncan, good Wednesday all. What a stunning shot. Mother Nature is awesome. And while we watch that, I know we're not seeing any airplanes right now. I can do that in a second, but Brian Pounder with a super sticker, 4 pounds and 49. Hippo character's head pops out of water, surrounded by his hippo squad. So I hope you all caught that. And yes, this is a surprise. This is Bill Platt. Another $50 super chat. He says, surprise, I was going to do it all at once, but decided to be dramatic about it to keep you motivated. Here is to keeping a promise and the other half I originally intended to send today. Bill, that is, I don't know what to say. I'm very honored that you would think so much of us. And yes, your investment in Runway DFW will pay off. We will be getting some new equipment, making things better, and thank you so much. KJCSTV, good morning, Walt. What a beautiful shot. Thank you. Alicia Das, majestic sight. There's an airplane tail going by there on the east side of the airport. So see, this is aviation related. Smoke and Slice Barbecue LLC. See, Walt, none of the other plane spotters cared about the sunrise. LOL. And ERP says, awesome, I'm glad to be here. Well, that makes things easy for me if I just need to point my camera at the sun, but we'll have more than that. But you know what the funny thing is? I don't see any planes taking off, well, I see one taking off now. What happened to our... I kind of lost track of our MD-11. Oh, and you know why? Because it went over to the east side to take off. And where'd it go? There it is there. I think we should see at least one other MD-11 tri-jet disembark before we depart from you in about an hour and 20 minutes. It doesn't seem like a very long time. I think we'll get a little time back once the time changes here in the US next month. We'll get to have an earlier start. So when we do our morning programs, which is, and again, the reason we start at this crazy time of the morning, where it's sometimes busy, sometimes not, is because I have to go to work, my other job. Or, what I guess I consider my real job. But I think increasingly this seems to be my real job. I get a lot of satisfaction from this endeavor. Mary extraordinaire. The pilots are looking at the sunrise. What a view from a plane. I bet it is. Don't stare at it too long. Douglas Serrano says, I did acknowledge you earlier, Douglas, but I will again. Good morning, Runway DFW, Walt, and everyone on a very chilly day in DFW. Been trying to say hi, but it's very busy and cold. Cold schmold, right? And Craig Russell says of that plane we just saw lift into the skies, that was a ex-Delta Airlines MD-11 taking off for Louisville. Wheel in a Chair says having light posts in the shot are key to airplane spotting. Well, you know, we are blessed here at Founders Plaza to not have a lot. In fact, if I went out on the grass and set up as I initially did when I started doing this channel, you can pretty much get away without any obstructions whatsoever in your shot. But the problem there is that this little thing called sprinklers, and I haven't seen them go fire off when I've been here in recent weeks, but for a while there it seemed like every time I was here the sprinklers would go off and I'd have to either cover up the gear or move the equipment, so I just started moving back a little bit, so we have a few more obstructions in the way. It's not too bad, especially compared to some plane spotting positions which are almost totally compromised, or partially compromised in their viewing angles. I want to show you this. And when I say this, I mean this. Here's the North Radar Tower, and that tall pole on the left of the screen is a flagpole, and we've been accustomed in recent weeks to seeing that flag flying very briskly in the breeze, and today it's almost dead calm, which really helps in terms of not feeling as cold as it is, because it's still 46 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is not freezing, but it's definitely a shift from what we've been experiencing in terms of temperature here, even in the last few days. So there's just about no wind whatsoever. I don't know if I've ever seen it as calm here. There is an inspection going on now, as you can see on runway 18 left, which is the takeoff runway. I can't tell if they're looking at 18 right as well, too, but that could explain the absence of any palpable aircraft over on this side. Looks like there's a plane taking off for Cancun on the east side right now. American Airlines Flight 1343, an Airbus A321. In fact, I hear it. I can hear it accelerating. And you saw the tail just briefly there before I switched to camera 1. So we can see if we can watch this go up in the sky, as I don't have anything else to show you right now. There's the flight to Cancun. It's usually a last resort when we have to zoom way in and show you these flights taking off from the 17s, as Kevin might say. Because there are 3 or 17 runways over on the east side, 17 right, 17 center, and 17 left. And the typical arrangement is for flights to take off on 17 right, which is closest to the terminal areas. and the planes will land on 17 center and 17 left, sometimes simultaneously. We do have a flight coming in from Chicago O'Hare. It's still a few minutes away. American Flight 328, a 737-800, and I don't know if it's going to land on this side or not. Smoke and Slice BBQ LLC says, everyone that may be familiar with the parking at DFW, where's the most reasonable priced area to park your car while you fly out of DFW? Well, they used to have, the airport used to have north remote parking, which is where I usually parked when I needed a bargain parking space. And they have closed that down. They're doing some sort of work over there. I don't know what it is. And there are also even more remote parking spots available from private companies that you take one of their little shuttle buses in, and you can often look those up and find discounts for parking with those services, and I found them to be pretty reasonable. But I guess the other thing you could do if you didn't have a lot of luggage is to, depending on where you're starting from, take one of the commuter trains from Dallas or Fort Worth. I don't know about overnight parking in their facilities, but if there was, if you wanted to catch an Uber or some other transit to the nearest DART stop, or can't remember what the name of the railway in Fort Worth is called, then that's pretty reasonably priced to get over on the train. So I don't know, or maybe you could have somebody drop you off at a mass transit stop. It's another option, but again, if you have a lot of bags, that wouldn't be the best of the options. Well, the action is just breathtaking here this morning. Yow. So I guess what we'll do now is follow along with this flight from Chicago O'Hare that's arriving on the east side, and at least we'll get some aviation-related action in as we look at it through the accoutrements of Founders Plaza. What about that? Bill Platt wants to know, does DFW have a cell phone waiting area? I think Philadelphia was one of the first to implement such an area, so people picking up someone had an area they could wait until their pickup passenger was ready. And yes, we do have that. I know we have one on the north side of the airport. There's a road that comes in north and south of the airport to provide access to the terminals, and I know there's a north cell phone parking spot. I don't know if there's one on the south side of the airport. And of course we're looking at an airplane high in the sky above us. It's headed east. I haven't had an opportunity to pick it out of the radar yet. Looks to be that's a FedEx. I think that's an MD-11 on its way to Austin. No, on its way from Austin to Memphis. Seems like there are 3 contrails coming from that, doesn't it? Hard to tell. But again, a very clear and cold morning here. There were some parts of, I know in the area which encompasses my television station, K10, which covers far northern Texas and southern Oklahoma, that some areas were in line for a hard freeze overnight. I don't think we fell down that far here. I'm getting some practice in if I ever get a chance to cover a rocket launch. That would be fun. There is a plane coming in from Palm Beach on the east side, but it looks like we're going to finally get some action here on the west side again with American Airlines Flight 1924 coming in from Querétaro in Mexico. It'll be an A319 and it will be coming in on this side of the airport, on the west side. At least that's how it looks. Robert Smith says, hello, I didn't know cell phones needed their own parking lot. Good morning. Well, you see. So we've got this plane coming in from Querétaro. We also have now this UPS 757. It will be on its way to Ontario, California. And how old is it? When was it born?
1996.
Can you say that a little louder?
1996.
Okay. Sometimes the singers need a little coffee in the morning. So keep our eye on this plane. This should take off from this side of the airport. Meanwhile, we have the flight coming in from Querétaro, the first one we've seen arrive since I don't even know when. We've been on the air for almost an hour now. It seems like an hour since we've seen a plane land. And just like that, we're back in business. Here comes Delta Flight 2371. It's off to San Francisco. It's an A319. Did I say Delta? I meant to say United. This is another 20th century aircraft we're looking at here, dating back to 1998. And this is the 757 we saw getting ready to move earlier, and now it's on its way to runway 18 left for takeoff. Again, this one's going to Ontario, California. Plane Spotting with Keith says, who left the freezer open here in DFW? We've got the weather here can be nothing short of crazy. You know, I would expect that before the month is over, we'll probably have temperatures back in the 80s again. Maybe even today, I don't know. Douglas Serrano says on final approach, Korean Air Flight 31 from Seoul. And he's certainly right about that. We will reposition camera 1 in order to bring you this arrival. Seven nine 77-9, I should say, ending its long trans-Pacific journey. Bill Platt says, I love the random radar blips that interfere with the video signal. And I'm not crazy about that myself. And here's that flight from a flight going out to Ontario. It's going to take off from right in front of us on runway 18 right, which is the usual landing runway. So we do see that now and again, a takeoff from 18 right. Generally happens when traffic is slow here, as it is now. There is Mr. Sun, and we will use this as the occasion to remind you what you are watching.
We'll continue with our story following station identification.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color.
And good morning to those of you who are just joining us live at DFW Airport. It's Walt with Runway DFW on this Wednesday, October 19th, 2022, just after 8 o'clock local time in the Central Time Zone. I will be with you for another hour before I got to pack things up and go to my job. But so hang out with us here on Runway DFW, if you would. Thank you. Alrighty then. Mary Robinson says, good morning, everyone, plus. Robert Smith says, duh, just remembered to hit the like button. Thank you, Robert, for the reminder. As many of you know, we come to you via satellite, the Runway DFW satellite truck. They're gleaming in the backlit light of the morning here. We say so long for now to Smoke and Slice Barbecue. Well, y'all, it's that time of the morning when I must head to the office. I'll be back once I'm at work. Y'all stay blessed and take care. Thank you so much. It's a nice sentiment. And yes, it is very slow this morning. Alicia Das says, Walt, I like all your special announcements and music and your truck. Yes, the truck is very special. We've had it now for several months and people seem to like it. My oh my, the radar is shall I say, empty this morning. We do have, coming up in about 2 minutes, a American Eagle flight coming in from Aguascalientes in Mexico. Flight 3687, American Eagle, an Embraer 175. So there's that to look forward to. The wind now picking up just a bit from the, I want to say, west. Not very much. We're up to 49 degrees Fahrenheit at Founders Plaza. Brenda Salmi says, good morning, Walt, and all DFW watchers. Good morning to you, Brenda. Having some problems with flight radar on one of my computers. Let's see, so we'll watch this flight coming in from Aguascalientes here momentarily. And we'll share with you a new feature on Runway DFW, which Bill Platt just mentioned in the comment section. So I want to give it a little promotion here on the air. I also want to give like a water cannon salute to any plane that manages to land here right now. Well, anyway, what I was telling, Bill, where'd it go? Can't find the message now. Oh, here it is. Bill Platt saying, Walt, did anyone but me send you a message to your answering machine initiative? I like the old school approach in a modern day era. So here's what the deal is. We have a new feature called Runway DFW Shout Out. And there's the number. It's 1-940-293-4359. And what this is a it's like an answering machine, and you can give a shout out to us here at Runway DFW. Now, we won't be able to play it back until a later broadcast, so it's not as immediate as chat, but it would let us hear your voice, get a greeting from you, acknowledge you to our audience. So if you want to jot that number down. And the thing is, because this is not really set up for what I'm trying to do with it, you will need to wait about 25 seconds. You'll hear it ring for about 25 seconds, and you'll say, is this ever going to answer? Because for whatever reason, I can't set it to answer on the first ring. So you're going to have to wait for about 25 seconds, and then there'll be a brief explanation from me. And then you say, hi, this is your name here from your place of wherever you are. And you don't have to use your real name, of course. You can use your screen name, whatever you want to use. And then say, just say something about Runway DFW. And we will edit those down and we will play them back in a future broadcast. And I think somebody's trying to call now, and I forgot to turn off the ringer here. So what it's doing, it's ringing my devices, and then it will go through to the voicemail, so be patient. And again, what we will do with these messages is to play them back on a future broadcast to kind of fill in time when we don't have anything else going on. So that's the Runway DFW Shout Out. You can find more information in the community section of our website. And thank you for doing that. So back to the broadcast here as a big plane is coming in. That was a UPS 767 coming in from Austin, Texas. We say hello to Ravindra Hegde. Good evening from India. Ravindra, it's good to have you here with us. Andrea Molson says, hi Walt, and hi everyone. Uncle Car Guy says, stay warm Walt, and hello Walt. Hello to you, Uncle Car Guy. Did I ever tell you, Uncle Car Guy, who's from Indianapolis, that I spent the better part of a decade in your fine city? I went to school at Butler University there and worked at Channel 13 there for 5 years after that. And no, I haven't seen any other what was I going to say? Oh, I haven't seen any flights coming in from Indianapolis today, because I know Uncle Car Guy always asks that question. So this is the 757 that just landed. Coming in now is American Flight 1017 from Silao in Mexico. That sun is a killer this morning. I mean, it's warming things up a bit, but it is very intense. I am squinting at my viewfinder. But I guess that's kind of my job, isn't it? Back to that 757. No, this is a 767, sorry. Good morning to you, flight deck. When Kevin of Airline Videos Live was here last week, we got to see the final UPS delivery of, well, the newest UPS 747 come in, delivered in April. I haven't seen it here in the morning recently, but then again, I'm not here every day. I am seeing the Qatar Airways. Why is my finger is so cold it's not punching the screen right? The Qatar Airways, Qatar Cargo flight 8917 will be a 777 on its way to Liège in Europe. And we saw that come in pre-dawn. Got an American Eagle flight for you now coming in from Abilene. Abilene being in Texas. And that was an Embraer 145. Don't you know? Bill Platt says this has been a great stream this morning. Like and subscribe to anyone new. We love you all. Thank you, everyone. And let us give some love to the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. There are their names. You see them in the chat. They say hello to you. They say nice things. Please say nice things back to them because they are most valuable here at Runway DFW. Am I missing something here? Am I missing a plane that's going out? I won't miss it, will I? No. That's Delta Flight 2444 on its way to Salt Lake City. An Airbus A319. Now I'm still waiting for that Qatar cargo aircraft to poke its head out of the freight area here on the west side. Yes, that was a sniffle. Sorry. And coming in now from San Luis Potosí in Mexico, it's American Flight 809, an Airbus A319. It is great seeing the sun, but unless it's really cloudy, or at least unless the eastern skies are cloudy, it can get really We're really full of glare over here on this side of the airport. Not complaining. We like the sun. But really the afternoon is, if you're going to take serious pictures here, like photographs, the afternoon is a much better time to, or from anywhere probably from 1 p.m. on is a better time to be here to show what's going on, to illustrate what's going on, because of you can see everything is backlit here at this time of day. And it will continue to be until the lunch hour. Halloween Sebastian says, do you like the cold? I am one of those people who prefer the warm. I mean, we were out here on some pretty toasty days last summer, or this summer. And it did get pretty hot, but it just seems that I think I operate better in the warmth. So ixnay to the old K is what I say. I think we're about to see this Qatar cargo plane poke out from behind that fence there, but we'll see. It is on the radar. Uncle Car Guy, all you mods are awesome. They really are. I mean, back when this little channel was in its infancy, and we're still not even a year old yet, we operated without mods, and it was okay. But occasionally it'll get kind of not fun, and so the mods just make it a nicer place for everyone. And I don't want them to think it's a thankless job, because we do thank them very much for what they do to make this a fun and a welcoming place for all of you. That was an American Eagle flight operated by SkyWest, a CRJ 701 or 700, coming in from Chihuahua in Mexico. Next to make its presence known here at the big DFW airport is this American Airlines flight 1395 coming in from Minneapolis-St. Paul, a 737-800. Let's take you behind the scenes this morning briefly, while we can. The two Jackery batteries, power packs that we're using today, that we're keeping for Kevin of Airline Videos Live the next time he comes here. He bought those. He sent them to me so that he wouldn't have to take them on the plane, and he let me hang on to them. So thank you, Kevin. They're exclusively powering up our efforts today. I've left the big marine battery in the car. There's the rest of our gear and our soundboard, which we'll be replacing thanks to your kind contributions. We should have that for the next broadcast of the new soundboard, which will give us more inputs. Here is camera 2, which is keeping an eye on the takeoff area here, and that's what that camera sees. And then as we go along here, we will resolve on camera 3 right there, and that gets us kind of the big overall shot like this of American Flight 1750 coming in from Cancun. There you see it. And we'll pick it up on camera 1. Now the reason I have so many cameras is kind of to relieve the tedium of, swinging the single camera back and forth, so that I can go from that shot to this shot. Then meanwhile I can swing camera 1 over to get a shot of the Qatar Cargo 777. On the move. And again, we don't know if, this is going to Europe, to Liège. And typically this plane would be headed over to the east side for takeoff, so we'll see if that happens today. In the meanwhile, we've got a flight from Mexico City coming in. It's American 1066, a 737-800. So are they going to let this take off on 17, right? Like they did the other, that UPS flight to Ontario, California. That would be interesting. I'm going back and looking for something through the messaging here. Let's see if this will work here, because we have gotten another very major contribution from Mason. $100. That is Mason's second big donation to Runway DFW. So Mason, I certainly do appreciate your very generous, your tremendous generosity. So between you and Bill Platt, that's 200 buckaroos we've received just this morning. And I'm very grateful to both of you and to everybody who's contributed to Runway DFW, and also everybody just watching and liking and subscribing. So it's starting to feel like a real YouTube channel. So yes, Qatar cargo is going over to the east side. But we do have west side action to bring you. It's American Flight 2612 coming in from Denver, Colorado, an Airbus A321. Fun times at Runway DFW. There's a plane that's hankering to take off. I believe that's on its way to Harlingen in Texas. I cannot see it in... oh, there it is. It's an Embraer 175. It's headed to Harlingen, I think. Harlingen in South Texas. Don't have a flight number for that one. Next on the flight line is American Flight 569. Another Airbus A321 on its way to Phoenix, Arizona. That's not it there. I don't think the flight that we're looking for is in the picture right now. Meanwhile, for those of you who are fascinated by the tri-engined jet, there's UPS Flight 2705. This is going to be headed off to Louisville, just as the last one we saw was. And this is another.
A blast from the past. 1992.
30 years old as of this July. An MD-11 Tri-Jet, which the tug has just pulled away from. It almost seems anachronistic to have someone plugged into a wire or a cable coming out of a plane to talk to them. You would think that would all be done by radio. But unplug. And there are the three big engines. Craig Russell notes that this is an ex-Thai Airways aircraft. We'd like to acknowledge a 1 pound and 99 pence super sticker from UK Can 33. And his super sticker showed an open eye with the word sneak peek. Going Slightly Mad says, Walt, do you have stickers? I would buy one. You know, I haven't. Merch is something that I've got to get to work on. And we thank Going Slightly Mad for a $3 super sticker. Pear character with lovey-dovey eyes blowing red hearts in the air. I love how they describe these. Mary Robinson says, Tri-Jet so pretty. I actually did a print out. And there's the thank you for, the automated thank you for that super chat, or that super sticker. I actually did print out some Runway DFW stickers to put on my gear, but they're definitely not professional ones. So anyway, I have to get to work on, I have to finalize the design of our logo. I was trying to think if I need to alter it in any way to be more in line with the design of the east and west towers here, because it's really kind of a generic graphic. But I don't know, I kind of like it, so we'll see what we can get done with merchandise. It's pretty easy to do these days as long as you have a clear design that you can send off to these companies that will print anything on just about anything. And surprisingly to me, I have had some requests for things like t-shirts and stuff, so. So as you watch this Tri-Jet taxiing, the question is whether it will take off on this side of the airport and give us a nice, good view of it. So I hope it will, but it's going to be making a turn here on a taxiway that crosses over the runways 18 right and left. The MD-11 that took off earlier did go over to the east side for takeoff, although the one I saw come in this morning landed over on this side of the airport. And if you're new to DFW Airport, the airport is bisected by terminals, and then on either side of the terminals, A, B, C, D, and E, there are the primary runways run north and south here, and there are two north-south runways over here on this side, 18 right and left, and there are three north-south runways on the east side, 17 left, center, and right. So unless this plane makes a right turn right about here, it's going to go over to the east side. So maybe we'll catch a glimpse of that bird flying up in the air. Meanwhile, we've got a flight coming in. It's Sky West operating as American Eagle, flight 3223 coming in from Durango, Colorado. It's going to be a CRJ 701 ER. Outgoing now is American Airlines Flight 1174, bound for Guadalajara in Mexico. I have to be honest with you, it took me a while to pick that out of the my viewfinder. And as you can see, the planes are lining up now for dispatch. Plane you just saw take off was going to Amarillo. plane you're seeing here is American 2114 737-800 off to Santa Ana in the state of California. My goodness, Bill Platt, another $20 super chat. You are my Kevin. I had no idea this online hobby existed, or who Kevin or ALV, I think it means AVL, even was before you. I'm a huge aviation dork, been flying simulators all my life. I grew up around an Air Force base. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bill, I don't even know what to say. I'm stunned and astonished and, of course, grateful. And I'm also surprised because, you know, I would expect anybody watching this channel to have seen Kevin at Airline Videos Live or Big Jet TV or one of the other, you know, big plane spotting channels before they would find us. And for me to know that we've sent people in the other direction too is very heartening. Because I love those other channels, and they were what inspired me to do this. And the nice thing about it is it's so much fun to do. It's work to get everything set up and stuff, but just so happy to be able to do this for you guys. Phil Tovey says a very good afternoon, all. Very good afternoon, all. Hope everyone is good today from Warwick in the UK. Yankee Doodle Dandy says with all the money Walt is getting, he should purchase a big screen TV so people at Founders Plaza can see the planes zoomed in. American Flight 2335 coming in from Albuquerque, New Mexico, 737-800. And there's a plane taking off. Over there on 18 left. There it is. That was SkyWest Flight 4971 on its way to Colorado Springs. And the arrival you just saw was American Flight 321, joining us after a journey from San Antonio, Texas, an Airbus A319. Plane Spotting with Keith says he also learned about AVL from this channel, and you definitely inspired me to pursue this hobby as well. Yes, Plane Spotting with Keith has his own YouTube channel. You should check that out. I think that's how his channel is styled, and he assembles video he's taken of planes arriving and taking off here. So if you can't get enough of aviation stuff from DFW Airport, and who can't, Plane Spotting with Keith is another option. So I guess we are all interconnected in some way. You know, Kevin at Airline Videos inspired me. Big Jet TV inspired me. And of course, as I've said many times, the reason I do this, or I started doing this just about a year ago, is because I couldn't find anybody else who was doing the same thing. There were people who were obviously making great videos of planes landing and taking off, but nothing, I couldn't see anything that was live, which to me was the kind of the hook that got me in. You know, it's just to see something that's live and produced live is pretty cool. Well, we're up to 54 degrees Fahrenheit here. We've come up about, I don't know, 10 or 15 degrees since we got here. Did I push the wrong button? I think I did. Well, that was the tail end, no pun intended, of American Airlines Flight 1560. Can't tell with these alternative glasses. But I can tell you it was coming in from Tampa, Florida. What time's it getting? My goodness, it's 8:55. Almost time for me to pack things up. Satellite truck, are you ready to go? Got a lot of things to pack in there as soon as we close down here. That was American Flight. I'm getting choked up here. I think it's kind of dry. It's American Flight 2487 coming in from Kansas City. A 737-800. And yeah, just as we get a little bit busy here, your host finds it necessary to pack things up. Okay, so I hear a plane. There it is. If you're looking at this on a big screen TV and you're saying, Walt, the plane is right there. Sometimes that just doesn't work when you're looking at a tiny viewfinder. This plane just came in from Atlanta. We don't normally see Atlanta arrivals over on this side, this Delta plane, an Airbus A321, but it's always nice to see things you don't normally see. Looks like American Eagle Flight 3786, which is going to Grand Junction, Colorado. Sure. Oh, well, thank you. Well, this may be our last arrival of the morning. Sorry we didn't have a big finish for you today. But we'll be back. Our next broadcast is probably going to be Saturday. I don't know if we'll sneak one in on Friday. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But if you keep that alert bell active on the Runway DFW page, and you like or subscribe and like, you'll be notified when we have when we get to hang out with you the next time. So I'll make sure I didn't miss anything here before we go. And yeah, that's going to do it. It's 9 o'clock and I got to go. So, first of all, thank you to our big contributors today, Mason and Bill Platt. Much appreciated. That goes a long way to helping us with our next big equipment purchases. That'll go into our camera fund for low light. And I've kind of got that all scoped out now. And what's Kenji saying? I think Walt needs to check in with the nurse. So I thank those of you and all of you who made a contribution today with a super sticker or a super chat. Helps a lot. Those of you who subscribed, who liked us, and who just watched. Thanks to all of you. Is it time to play that music? I think it is. This music. Makes it sound a lot more exciting than it has been the last few minutes. But anyway, thanks again to everybody. We'll be back soon. Gotta pack up, go to work. But I can't wait to be back with you again on Runway DFW. So happy contrails to you until we meet again. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Price is Right, which follows at most of these CBS stations.
We hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.